Hi guys, welcome back to Two Girls with Cancer. Becky and
Hi.
Ashley, we are your hosts. Today, our episode is
I'm very excited.
for the women on odor. I call it Stinky Kitty.
Every time you say that, I'm like, wow.
I mean, honestly, it's hard for women. I don't know. I think all of us at one point in time in our lives had an odor. And
Well,
it's normal.
Maybe explain more what you mean by stinky kitty, because I can
So-
picture like my grandma or like my mother-in-law listening to this and being like, what is stinky kitty?
So, odor coming from your vagina.
Stinky kitty. Kitty is a nicer word than pussy. I hate that word.
That's why I picked kitty.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can do
Oh gosh,
that.
yeah, this is gonna be a real serious episode. I can already feel it. I'm also letting Ashley take the reins on this one.
I feel like I feel so bad for us women because like it's embarrassing sometimes. Like sure, a little odor after like say you have intercourse or something like that, you know, and then our body changes or like cleans it out.
Mm-hmm.
But anything that gets put in there messes up our pH, even tampons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did they say recently that what are they putting in the tampons? Bleach or something like that?
I wouldn't, like, my kids only like to use certain types of tampons now, and I'm like, we're going to be changing that to only organic, and then it's $20 for 1 week's supply. Okay, times 2 girls, times 12 months. Cool.
Good old pads, because I was told that I had to before cancer, and that's just because my insides were not cooperating with me, like...
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually not really healthy for you. Actually, one doctor, this was back in the day, she said that women should only actually be washing with hot water down there because our vaginas are self-cleaning. And if you're putting like soap, it's chemicals, right? You're changing pH and stuff. She even said like bath bombs aren't good.
No.
Or very heavy perfumed soaps aren't good.
Douching is not good.
Yeah, so douching, actually I learned from Dr. Greg. He said that if you have like a huge overgrowth in like say
yeast or something,
yeah, you could do it like if the thing is like if the procedures and stuff isn't helping clear it up,
right,
then you do it reset. But
I can
that's
see that.
only if
that's the case,
you know, a doctor tells you.
I just can't believe like the 70s and 80s and I mean, probably in the 90s, people are just like walking into their drugstore being like, I'm gonna buy a douche. Why? I gotta clean out my vagina. Forgetting
you're actually making it worse.
Well, your vagina is self-lubricating and self-cleaning,
right?
So like you don't need to do that, and you're really just stripping all the good stuff out of it. You have probably a lot of the probiotics in there, the flora,
right? And that's another thing for women. Definitely have a flora probiotic because it will help keep the good bacteria in your body and where you need it.
Oh yeah, we should definitely be on probiotics. I know that I'm about to do a fungal / parasitic cleanse with a certain product called ADP and Epsicidal, 2 different products. After you take the ADP for the course, I think it's like
2 weeks.
10 days or 2 weeks. You have to go on a double dose of probiotics after that too, because it just like cleans everything out, all including good bacteria. So you have to rebuild it afterward.
Is it 2 weeks? I can't remember because my brain doesn't work. But is it 2 weeks on 1 week with the probiotic, then 2 weeks, or is it 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks?
I think it's 2 weeks, 2 weeks,
okay,
and then depending on the amount of overgrowth that you have or the amount of fungal things going on, you may need a second dose.
Yeah.
So far, I think I only need 1 dose, but maybe not.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully, it's just 1, right?
And guess where I learned all that? When I had my blood live tested recently, because there is a lot of fungus in there. Yeah, you don't even think it, because like again, looking at me, like I don't have fungus, right? Like I don't have the ringworm again. I don't have a lot of yeast infections. I don't have like nails falling, you know, nothing like that. But inside of you, this is why live blood analysis is a real thing.
Just like with my yeast that I'm suffering with my body, it's not in my vagina, it's in my intestinal tract.
Yeah,
you know, but people, when you say yeast infection,
well, they think it's your vagina.
That's where they'll go. Always, right? And like, that's another thing for women. A lot of women actually don't know that if you have a fishy odor, it does mean you have some kind of bacterial vaginosis or like...
Oh man, that smells like rotten chicken. It's like dumpster diving. Literally. Right? I've had it 2 or 3 times.
I've had it a couple times in my life, and like the sources of where it came from.
Well, I had it after the last time I had it was a year ago. I had it after chemo, and it was just because my immune system was weak, and I was in Kelowna, and I was like going to my friend's pool and, you know, wearing my wet bathing suit. Or
yeast likes moisture.
Oh, yes, it does. Well, you picture yeast like when you're making bread. What does it need to be? Warm and dark and moist. Well, what do you think your vagina is? Or your insides? Warm and dark.
We don't have something that's hanging. We have something you put things in.
Well, dudes can get yeast infections too. You've heard of jock itch? You've heard of athlete's foot? These things are yeast infections. That's mostly women. I don't think mostly. I think it's just not as talked about. Like if a guy's got jock itch, you're never going to know going down there because... I don't know, you're not lifting stuff up. Maybe you are, I don't know. Or like he's not going to let you or whatever. But like a woman, it's very obvious, I think, because it looks it smells it, right? It's a lot more obvious than a man.
Also, if your partner has foreskin, make sure he cleans that.
Oh.
Because if you think about it, anything that's on your partner, like that's why if you're having multiple partners, use a condom, please. Because you got to think about all this stuff.
This is a PSA for sexual
health. This is real life. Like, you know, if this stuff happens, like, you don't, it's so delicate down there. We're messing with pH here. You know what I mean? And like either get them to have a shower, wash it, or put a condom on, you know? I mean, I would rather have a very well taken care of one than not.
Well, yeah, of course.
I know, but do you know how weird it is that some women think that smell is normal? I was talking to another girlfriend of mine, and bizarre. She had no idea. It was like, she's like, she had a stinky kitty, like and that literally, and it's like, no, you need to go to the doctor.
Well, we said in our last episode, like, you know your body better than anybody. So if that's a normal smell for you, maybe there's a baseline, but like, I think as a general rule, it's supposed to smell pretty normal.
There isn't really supposed to be.
Like, there's like a bit of smell.
Everyone has something, but it's not like a heavy odor that you're gonna. Like, it's not really supposed to smell like
you're not supposed to smell it through your pants, that's for sure.
Right? Some things that do it, it's like a forgotten tampon. I've done it.
Have you? No.
I tried to shove another one up there. I'm like, why can't it go?
My friend found a condom up there like weeks later. Or maybe 2, I can't remember.
Why wouldn't he have acknowledged?
I think they were drinking.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
But as far as I know, there was some serious smell, and she was like, why does it stink so bad? Right. And then it fell out when she pulled out a tampon, and it was like, oh my gosh. And then I ran into this guy like years and years later, and I told him
there was that and a tampon.
Well, there was an active tampon. It wasn't an old one.
Okay.
Anyway,
I was like, wow, she got a bad one.
I know, poor sweet girl.
Right. So some things that cause it would be vaginosis, yeast infections, forgotten tampon, STDs, hormonal imbalance, right? Cancer, cervical cancer, poor hygiene. Wash yourself. Don't overdo it with those bath bombs.
Don't use soap at all. I can't remember last time I used soap.
Same.
10 years at least.
When maybe that 20? Doctor told, because I've always washed. I love my Dove soap. I used to.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was it. I don't use it obviously anymore, but I would literally wash with Dove all the time. And then my doctor was like, "Stop using soap," and I'm like, "How am I gonna get clean?" And she's like,
"That was like a
water.
Real doctor, like not a holistic."
That was my family doctor.
Wow, that's nice.
It was in Medicine Hat too. That was a long time ago. And she was like, "Don't." And then also your diet can contribute a lot, because if you think about it, your vagina is pH. If you're having a bad diet that's acidic, it's going to cause it to get all funky.
And knowing too that diseases love to live in an acidic environment, and not just that, like you can be too alkaline as well if you are like, what is it, above 7 or 7.35 is the, oh my gosh, my eye again. 7.35 is like the optimal human pH. If you're below it, you're acidic. If you're above it, you're basic or alkaline. So you want to be right in the center as well. And you can buy pH strips where you have your morning pee and you do it, and then do it in the morning pee, the first one of the day. Check it again around 4 o'clock. Because a lot of times your morning pee is more acidic. But if it's consistently acidic, even at 4 p.m., like you're acidic and you need to alkalize
because
your
you
body.
don't have water all night, you're not drinking, right? So your body's a little bit more, and then when you go throughout the day.
There is such thing as an alkaline diet, and I would definitely encourage people to look into that. It is very good, especially for people who are fighting disease, because as I said, diseases love an acidic environment. They love inflammation. They love acidity. They love sugar. Sugar causes acidity in your body.
Yep. And that's why I'm not juicing right now, is because to kill that yeast inside of my intestinal tract, which we've almost got rid of.
Good, amazing.
Right, and the bacteria that was in there. I couldn't, so it's been almost 2 months I haven't been able to juice. Just because we're trying to eliminate, everything turns to sugar. But
well, juicing is absolutely amazing, and we both agree with it. It is an easy way for your body to absorb nutrients without having to digest. So if you have intestinal distress or gut distress, if you can't process your food very well, it's a great way. Just like bone broth is a great way to still get the minerals that you need and a bit of the protein that you need, collagen, fat, things like that, without having to break down the meat. So even for people on an alkaline diet, because they say you shouldn't have meat on an alkaline diet because it is acidic, you can still have bone broth because it's a lot easier for your body to digest and process.
And the only reason I'm not juicing is just for that extra added sugar for the yeast to get rid of. And then once I'm balanced, I'm going back to it.
Absolutely.
I love my juice. But it's just something I can't do right now. So if you haven't seen juicing videos, that is why.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what I had to have last week? Celery Joes, and I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah?
Have you had it? Just straight celery?
I don't know.
Oh,
I always I blend all my stuff.
Yeah, I do too. So I got, it's over there. I got this book, and it's from the 70s or 60s, or maybe right on 1970, but it's this doctor, and he's so brilliant, but he's talking about like how you need to eat more salads and how you need juice and stuff, and it has all different recipes. So if it's like something that you're going through, here's the recipe for the juice that you make. I'm gonna get it. You talk.
Please.
Talk amongst yourselves over here.
Let's see what else. So I said how important it is. Please get a probiotic for any woman out there. It doesn't matter if you're sick or not. Add a probiotic of
I think they're all flora. Like all probiotics are going to be good in your gut.
But make sure you get the women one for women.
The women ones I think have higher bacteria count.
It's the what is it?
I don't know. Lactobacilli.
That one you want to look for. That's the one that's good for the women's area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we say this, like, you are what you eat, and anything that sits in your body, like, again, if you're not going to the bathroom and it's going to get stuck in your guts, like, it's going to come somewhere. It's not just poo stuck in your intestines. It has to go somewhere. Things are leaching everywhere in your body. So if you're not eating in a way that is constantly moving, like, that's you're gonna find issues.
People who are constipated all the time, that's toxins that's sitting in your body, just dormant. It's sitting there. Where do you think what's happening?
So speaking of that, and we'll talk about this more in our next episode, but I'm going for a colonic on Monday.
Yes, that's right.
And I've heard about them for years, and I never really thought about it because I do the coffee enemas, and I've been trying to do them a lot more lately just because, number one, I miss them. Number two, I'm always constipated. But a colonic is like a coffee enema times 10, or like doing 10 coffee enemas. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And they say that if you do like 3 of them, like there's a chance that you can take out 25, 30, 40 pounds of poo out of your intestinal, like your colon.
What?
I know.
I mean, makes sense.
I can't remember what Eden, my kid, said to me today. Something about like, ooh, mom, skinny girl summer. And I was like, you're an idiot. Like, but yeah, so true. Literally. Because I said to her, I'm like, I don't feel like I look as much as I weigh, but like it's coming from somewhere. But maybe it's just I got 25 pounds of poo in there. Maybe
that's why my stomach's so big.
Oh, guaranteed you have bowel obstruction. So what did she say to you about this? Because Ashley also called this lady.
She wasn't sure at first, just because of
losing a bit of
and everything that I've had. But my family doctor did recommend any enema I can do to keep things going. Okay. So for me, it's like, I'm gonna do it because like either I can go to the bathroom, or it's painful, or I can't get it out and I have to use suppositories. So it's never like a healthy balance. For me, it's like this.
This is getting real TMI, but you love a poop conversation.
I do. I mean,
when you go to the bathroom, is it like about this thick around, about the size of a ripe banana? Apparently that's supposed to be 6 to 10 inches, about this thick around, about like 1.5 to 2 inches thick. And it's supposed to sink right to the bottom. That's what a healthy poop is supposed to look like.
I used to have no problem.
I don't remember last time I did that.
But this was pre-cancer though. Mm-hmm. So now, either super skinny mashed potatoes or water. What happens to me. Fun.
That sucks. Well, yeah, that means you're not absorbing the protein the way that you should be, and it's just coming out like liquid. So this is a book I was telling you about. It's called Fresh Vegetable and Fruit Juices by Dr. N.W. Walker. And I mean, this book here was published in 1970. So I mean, it's old. I got it from my teacher. And so it just gives like different things. So liver trouble, we both have sluggish livers. You know, we're not like we're like failing, but we do have sluggish livers because they're overworked.
Mine was, and I have been able to get back on track.
Good for you. So it says the result of eating an excess of devitalized and concentrated starches, sugars, fats, and meats. Beer, wines, and liquors are also primary factors in liver disturbances. So then I just go to, is it the page that I go to? Yeah, page 30. It says it gives like a bunch of different ones. So the ones bolded here are like the primary juices you should have, and then the other ones are different. So if I go to menopause, that's important for someone like me. It says 61. So if I go to this chart and I go to 61, carrot juice 10 ounces and spinach 6 ounces. That's exactly what it is. So liver was also 61. And it also had, what one did it have? 30. So if I go to 30 on here, it is carrots 10 ounces, and that's the juice after. It's not 10 ounces of full. It's 10 ounces of juice, 3 ounces of beets, and 2 ounces of coconut. I love coconut juice. Or coconut water. Cucumber. No, that was 29. See, it's too dark in here. So yeah, it's just very interesting, different things on here. Like I wish there was one for stinky vagina. But I mean, it was 1970. Maybe they didn't talk like that back then. I feel like things have come too far.
They should have. I mean, this is what happens to women.
Here's a good one. Hernia. Again, 61. That seems to be like the juice.
Oh, it is. Look at all these 61.
Yeah. 61. Well, that's kind of the basis. So again, that's carrot and spinach. But it also has on here juice number 1. So just straight carrots. Juice number 2 is carrot, celery, parsley, and spinach. Those are the most important. It has number 15, which is just spinach. So yeah, and they say you should really be juicing more vegetables than fruit. Yeah. Which is hard.
Makes sense. Like, I like my vegetables.
I don't like them in juice form.
I do.
But like, yeah, I wonder if there's some sort of like
what to eat and how to live.
Yeah, like I really do wish there was something for more vaginal. Like here's prolapses, that's your vagina falling out of an organ. It's not saying anything specifically, but pregnancy, pneumonia. Anyway, we've been talking a lot about this book here, but I think it's just very interesting and you should definitely look into it. Diarrhea, this is a good one for you. So it said spinach was number 1. Where the heck did that chart go? Okay, and then the other one was carrot, celery, parsley, spinach. So I'll take a picture of all these and then you can, or just get it. It's like $10 on Amazon. Yeah. But again, fresh vegetable and juices from Dr. Norman Walker or Norwalk. Have you ever heard of a Norwalk juicer? No. It's like the top of the line. This thing costs like $2,500.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's him, Norwalk juicers, and they're like stand the test of time. Like you could have this thing for like 4
mine's
decades.
Pretty amazing. I didn't know that.
Yours is amazing.
Top that one.
Well, the Norwalk juicer apparently does it. Yeah, and this one's diet and salad. I would doubt it. Right. Dude looked like he was 1,000 years old in 1970, so I very much doubt it at this point. 1971 was this one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm going to say no because that was 55
Well, thank you for doing that for us.
Thank you for your service.
Right? Because, I mean, it's so important. Stress levels and diet and all that, it's all comes into account when it's your health, you know?
Well, and like we were saying, it's got to come out of you somewhere. If you eat, like, even if you don't gain weight from eating crappy, it is going to come out in other ways, whether that's your mental health, whether that's your skin, whether that's stinky vagina, whether that's infections.
But that's also like telling you something. Like if it's not bacterial vaginosis, something's wrong with you. Go see a doctor. Take care of yourself.
I really do think that, you know, something like bacterial vaginosis or yeast infection or whatever is literally just a symptom of what's going on. Cancer is just a symptom of what's going on.
There's root causes to everything. It's just how do you
finding
get
it.
It's gonna take time.
Well, this is why you need to holistically heal. Like, there's a time and place for your doctor, and that's great. I appreciate what doctors do. I think, you know, treating the pain, treating the cancer itself is great, but like, holistically treat me. That means whole body. If you haven't listened to, go back a couple episodes to our holistic health episode where we talk about different practitioners that you can go see to heal your whole body and why it's so important to not just heal cancer itself, but to heal past traumas. And go see counseling and get your spine worked on and you know, have some relaxation. And you know what, one thing I learned again this week is called rejuvenating rest, which I'd never heard of, and it's literally what's prescribed to heal your adrenals. So you're going to heal your adrenals by a B vitamin and a C vitamin, but also rejuvenating rest. So that's things that, it's not just sleeping, something you're passionate about, something you love. Like, is there one thing that you just like love that when you do it, it like feeds your soul, that you're just like, oh, I feel so fulfilled? Okay, let's keep it PG.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that. But
well, we're on the subject. No, like something maybe, I don't know, creative or right.
Yeah, well, for me, I mean, my outlet for me to feel, I guess, some sense of normal is my cooking, my videos, and my content. I love that. Yes. You guys may not like watching what I'm eating every week, but I love it. So I put it out because I want to. And
that's rejuvenating rest right there. That is what you would be prescribed, at least 2 hours a week of that. So the lady that I met, she had major spine things. Like her spine was, I can't even remember. Anyway, she was in a lot of pain. She made herself go to pottery class once a week for 2 hours. And it was like, it didn't matter what was going on in her world. That was happening on Tuesdays. It was pottery day. And
you know, when I'm in my state of cooking and I'm meal prepping and
you feel so good, right?
I don't even think about, and then I go for a nap. But I don't think of those. I don't think of what my normal is, or what state I was, or that journey. I just,
well, you're healing your adrenals. Your adrenals are your fight or flight. Like when we have unhealed adrenals, we're always in a state of fight or flight. And you know what it's like being in like that, well, long predating being sick too, I'm sure, just listening to your past. Like you're always in a state of fight or flight where you're just like, oh my God, like what's going to happen? That is so hard on your body. So if you feel like that, you need to heal that. You need to fix it and start by doing some rejuvenating rest.
Well, that's why I've also been like, you know what, I pour so much of myself into everybody. I'm going to start being selfish and give back to myself.
Well, she asked me this, she asked a couple of girls, like, what do you love? What do you love? Someone loved hiking. Someone loved working out. Someone loved this. And she's like, what like just makes your heart sing? And I was like, I have no idea. She's like, yeah, because you're a mom and you're so used to giving everyone everything. And this is why you're sick. And I was like, oh, right in the heart.
And empaths like me just love to take care of everybody. And then you forget yourself and you're like,
I've always been an empath, but it's leaving me, because it's like, I just, at this point, like, I'm just worried about getting myself better.
And you know what, mine came back.
I mean, in certain situations, I do. Like, I feel for people, right? Like, I always love an underdog. Like, I'm always cheering for that underdog. I want to help them. I want to fix them. But, like, I want to fix myself. Like, I can't.
That's where I'm at.
They give the airplane analogy, the oxygen mask. You have to put yours on first before you can help your child's, because how do you take care of anybody if you're dead? Like, honestly.
And it's true. If you don't truly love yourself, you can't fully give yourself to somebody else and love them. You really need to find that inner love. And like, not that I don't love myself, but I have to do things more for myself, right?
Yes, you do. So do those cooking videos, even if it's for you, even if it's stuff you never post, even if it's just cooking and you don't record it. You love doing that because it feeds your soul. It doesn't just feed your belly, it's feeding your soul. Right? So do it. And I need to figure out what it is. I still need to, now that I have a little bit more energy, we are going to do an episode on meal prep. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so back to vaginal odor.
Pretty much, this is pretty much done. Take care of your vagina, okay? Good hygiene. Make sure he wears a condom. Make sure he washes his penis if he's got foreskin. And I'm sorry, guys, but it's true. Take care of yourself as well. Stay hydrated. Wear clothes. Loose fitting, or not loose fitting, breathable like cotton. Cotton's a better cotton underwear. Do it. Not those skinny strap thongs up your behind.
I love that.
I bet that has bacteria on it.
Totally. It's worth it.
Anyways, I haven't worn them since I was young because I'm in granny panties because my tummy.
Are you really?
No, I'm in
my
cute
bum is
ones.
too big. You
like,
have a small bum. You're lucky. I have a big bum. Like nothing fits my bum.
When this blows, like then it just rolls and then. I'm over it. I don't even care.
I'm just picturing like you pulling those granny panties like up to here, and you're like,
it's purple.
No, thank you.
They're cute.
Yeah, that is cute. You're right. No, my bum is too big for that.
Yeah, she's got a booty. I do not. What else? Just last one. Water-based lube if you're doing that.
Coconut oil is the best lube, actually.
Oh, I don't think I can.
It is. It is the best. Yeah. You will use it for your coffee enemas. It is the best lubricant because it's antifungal, antibacterial.
I know, that's why I eat it.
Antiviral.
And I put it all over my skin.
Well, put it in your vagina. Not just like by the handful, but like if you're using.
I'm going to talk to Dr. Greg first because he's got me on this thing.
You're going to talk to him about your sexual health?
No, it's not sex. It's just putting things in my vagina because I had. Right? Like the yeast in my body, I was like, is it in my vagina?
I bet you he'll say it's okay because it's antifungal.
Well, I'm going to ask him.
But yeah, I was looking at just like how vaginal health and stuff relates to cancer. I know there's a little picture. Oh, you can't see it exactly. So, I was talking about like as you age, your vulva and your vagina become drier and less elastic. It looks different. It feels different. It doesn't get wet like it used to. And that can also cause things like as you go through menopause, it can also, definitely dries it out. You can go on estrogen-based treatment to slow down this process. Yeah. I don't personally think that anyone should be going on hormones. I know it's like quite the topic right now, not only just with people changing their genders, but like people who feel like they don't have enough of whatever hormone they're going through. Like I don't think
stuff for men.
Yeah. Like if a man is taking testosterone and a woman's taking estrogen, like get to the root problem. It's the same thing. Get to the root problem. Is it because you don't have enough testosterone or you don't have enough estrogen? Or maybe it's a highly inflammatory lifestyle and a super acidic life that you're living. Maybe it's because all the food you eat is crap. Maybe it's all the beer that you drink. Just a thought, I don't know, before you just dive right into it, because there is like a whole other host of things. Like when you take estrogen, there is a chance that you could get breast cancer from taking estrogen. So for you and I, you had a hormonal cancer, I had breast cancer, non-hormonal, but still breast cancer. Like they said that if mine comes back, it probably will come back hormonal, which is weird that they even know that. But anyway, like we don't recommend things like that because
mine cannot be fixed. And it's gonna get worse.
But you can balance it. Oh, I know. Girl, I cry all the time. You can balance it by different lifestyle choices. So yeah, just
helping yourself. Helping yourself ease the tornado you're living in. Me. You.
Right. This whirlwind.
Right.
They made the movie Twisters after Ashley's in my life. That's what it is.
Literally.
It's not actual tornadoes. It's just the gong show of Ashley and I trying to just. Where are we? What did we? Right. What is the thing I was gonna say? Yeah. Did I pay my bills this month? I don't remember.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it is. The other thing about your vaginal health is like when it does dry out, which it will, like picture a river that's not flowing. Like it's basically a swamp. It stinks. Swamps stink, right? But a river doesn't even have like junk in it because it's constantly flowing. So this is what we want. We want to have a healthy flow. If you have some sort of blockage in there, I mean, definitely look into what you're eating and what you're consuming and things like that. But I talked to a trusted health professional. It doesn't have to be your doctor, but talk to a trusted health professional.
And men, don't be dicks to women. Come on.
We can't help it.
We can't. And this could have been maybe your fault, but who's to blame? Just don't be rude to women.
Maybe you left a tampon up there, maybe, so then it's your fault. But
hey, but I'm just saying, if a man is so, what's that word, to make a woman feel uncomfortable about something that we don't have control over, that's not fair. You know, like,
I hope by the time we're in our late 30s and into the 40s, like, men aren't like this anymore, but are they?
I'm still on that, what is it, oh, I don't know if I can say this.
Okay, we won't. We'll
Never
talk
mind,
about it
we're going to
after.
cut that. We'll cut that. Okay.
Okay, well, that is it for now on vaginal health. Kind of a weird topic for us, but I mean, we are looking at holistic healing here, healing the whole parts of our body.
Only human.
Yeah, we're only human. Humans have stinky vaginas. It's totally fair. Join us next week when we talk about coffee enema is my favorite topic ever.
She's taking this one. I don't know. Yeah. We're doing it tonight.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
I know today's topic was a little bit taboo, but it's important we talk about because holistic health means healing your entire body, which guess what? Includes vaginal health. One thing we like to do is take organ pills because not only does it give you protein and collagen, but it also helps balance out your hormones. The first company we've paired with is Primal Queen. These are beef organ capsules and they use Argentinian cows, which are known to be some of the best, next to Alberta, of course. It helps do things like reduce stress, give you better sleep, and increase your sex drive. The second company we've paired with is Holistic Goddess, and we love the bison trifecta. These are heart, liver, and kidney pills in tiny little capsule form, which is great for someone like me who absolutely hates the taste of organ meat. But like cures like, so if you are trying to heal your liver, as most of us should be, you need to be eating liver. Holistic Goddess uses Alberta bison, and just like Primal Queen, they are vaccine and hormone free, GMO free, grass-fed and finished, organic, and you know that these animals lived a really good life. The links to both stores will be in the show notes. Use 2 Girls with Cancer as a discount code to receive 10% off of either order.